You're so beautiful. I'm so in love with you. We're back, sweetie, doing your memoirs.
Yeah.
That was the intent all along.
If this is a village, we're probably good.
David Ridgen, you mentioned him as a filmmaker, but he is a player in your story as well, isn't he?
Yep. Yes, I met David, back in 2001, when we were just getting Whole Village organized. And he did a little documentary about our struggles with the town of Caledon to get a building permit for the communal residence that we wanted to erect on the property that we had acquired in Caledon on Shaws Creek Road, just up from where we're living now. So over the period of him shooting that, we spent a lot of time together, and I really liked David, and we got along very well. But I haven't seen him since that was completed in 2004, while living in Eastern Ontario. I began to build up my goat herd. I started with 3, then they were all bred, they reproduced. I had 9. I bought a few more, then I had 20, then I had 40, then I had 80, and then I thought I should actually do something with these goats because it's a lot. I gotta stop because I gotta figure out where I'm going here. So the goats were getting out of hand, and I wanted to pursue a career in agriculture. I wanted to become a real farmer, not just dabble in gardening somewhere in the backwoods. I ended up on an amazing property on the edge of Bowmanville that had once been the working farm of the Pine Ridge Training School, which was a facility. It looked like a college campus. It was set on 200 acres of beautiful agricultural land, right on the edge of the town of Bowmanville, actually in the town of Bowmanville. You could walk to the end of the driveway, and there would be the streets of Bowmanville, houses right there. And we did some serious agriculture. We were one of the first commercial goat dairies in Ontario. This is in 1974, when there was no goat industry in Ontario. And we raised laying hens. I had 800 laying hens. We raised peacocks just for fun, ducks, pigs, all kinds of things. Grew corn. I had a neighbor who was a good friend that had an apple press.
Did you have your team of horses there?
I gotta stop. I'm gonna stop and check again. I gotta keep checking because I'm not getting my map in my head very well. Okay, there's 6. All right, we go across 6 and then down 35 to 97, and then we jog. I know we've taken this route. I remember that little jog there. Okay. So to 35 to 97. Got it. While I was setting up this goat dairy and all the ancillary industries around it, I had to earn a living at the same time because we weren't generating any cash. I found employment as a mason's apprentice and then as a carpenter. And that's something I've enjoyed my whole life, construction, building things, making things. It's always been a fascination of mine. Eventually, in 1978, we decided to liquidate our farming operation. My partner and I had married. We'd had another child. We had 3 children at that point. I had told her many, many stories about my adventures traveling overland to India. And she very much wanted to repeat the whole journey. So in 1978, we organized a big auction. We sold all our animals, all our possessions, except what we could carry, onto the airplane, and took our children and flew to Amsterdam.
That is so ironic because I did the same thing the other way around. I was in Amsterdam, I sold all my belongings and stuffed whatever we could carry in a couple of suitcases and came to Canada.
Yeah. In Amsterdam, we bought a Volkswagen van that had been outfitted for camping. It had a little sink and a water tank and some mattresses and a little fold-out table. And we did an overland journey through Amsterdam, Belgium, France, into Spain, down to Algeciras, took the ferry to Morocco.
Did you go to Chefchaouen? I traveled to Morocco a lot with my Moroccan partner. I know exactly what route you took because we took it twice a year to visit his family.
No, we were in Tangiers, that's where the
Right.
ferry comes out. Then we went to Casablanca, Fez, Meknes,
I've been all of those places.
and then Marrakesh.
Yeah.
And then took off cross country. We drove through Algeria, stopped at Constantine, and then into Tunisia. We went down to Hammamet in the south of Tunisia, came back up, took a ferry to Sicily, spent Christmas below Mount Etna in a lemon grove on the southern part of Sicily. Another ferry to Italy, Naples, Rome. I love Rome. I love the ruins. We went to St. Peter's Cathedral, which is amazing, fantastic. And then eventually stopped in Venice, Florence, and went into Greece, Turkey.
Did you go to Istanbul?
Yes, Istanbul. I
Did
actually
you-
had some friends that I had met in Toronto that were in Istanbul.
I had a friend in Istanbul too. Did you go to Blue Mosque and everything?
Yes, yeah. And then Ankara. And then drove all across Turkey to the Iranian border. We'd been following the news on BBC World Service over our shortwave radio because things were not great in Iran or Afghanistan. The Shah had left Afghanistan. The Ayatollah Khomeini was in Paris. His people were trying to bring him into Tehran. We were on the border between Turkey and Iran. There was gas shortages everywhere. Even in eastern Turkey, gas was not easy to come by. The Iranian border was closed. There were 700 transport trailers trapped at the border. They could neither come nor go. We befriended some of the truckers that were trapped there. They told us some sad stories. They pointed out the window. There was a Renault van with the windows all smashed. It looked like it had been rolled down a ravine. They said that was the last family that tried to go into Iran. And that's what happened to them. They ran into a mob and their vehicle was trashed and they came back and limped home. So that was very sobering. At the same time, we felt we were on a spiritual mission, that we were being guided by, in a sense, forces beyond our control to do this. And that in spite of the warnings and the obvious danger, we were determined to continue our journey. We met some Pakistanis. They were traveling in 3 Ford transit vans. One of them was to be married. In Pakistan in 10 days. And they invited us to join them in a caravan. I'm going to stop for a second. Check. I know they had me going on the 401. I think I missed my turn. I've taken the wrong road. It's all about the journey. The destination is not that important. The journey is everything. Especially when you're on a spiritual journey. The destination becomes actually immaterial, and the journey is the destination. And that is something I have learned over the course of my life. The purpose of human existence is not to accumulate things.
No?
No,
Really?
Not really.
No. Come on, get on with the program.
I know that's a form of heresy in the current day and age, when the consumer is king and people define themselves by what they consume, how much they consume, and how many toys they accumulate, and who has the most toys. No, the purpose of human existence is not that. But that's for each individual to discover for themselves. That's a fantastic part about this personal universe. The universe is actually personal. The whole universe is personal. We are persons, we are individuals, we are each unique, as is the whole universe. I have no idea where I'm going with this.
Swiggy, you may just be zen about it.
I can't keep on the 401 because I may go past my 24 South. Where the hell is 24 South?